What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going on a tour of Woodstock, Georgia. Woodstock is located in Cherokee County, which is in the northwest part of Metro Atlanta. And like the southernmost part of Woodstock is Highway 92. So we'll start there and we'll kind of work our way north. Highway 92 is where you're going to find a lot of the commercial areas, a lot of the grocery stores, and shopping for the residents of Woodstock. Highway 92 is where you'll find some of the big box stores like Walmart or Target, Home Depot, and in addition to that, Highway 92 is also where the interstate access is. So for many of the residents of Woodstock, this is where they would go for grocery shopping or to get to the interstate to get around the rest of the city. So Highway 92 is certainly one of the main parts of the city of Woodstock. Also intersecting Highway 92 is Main Street. And if you take Main Street north a few miles from Highway 92, eventually you would end up in downtown Woodstock. Now, keep in mind that all of the city of Woodstock does not quite look like downtown Woodstock. This is really like the town center of the city, but the rest of Woodstock is much more of a residential area. Lots of neighborhoods with a few commercial areas, a few commercial pockets here and there, but most of the commercial areas are right here in downtown Woodstock. Now, downtown Woodstock is not like some of the other town centers of the other suburbs of Metro Atlanta. Downtown Woodstock is really just one main road, which is called Main Street, and it's all of the commercial areas on each side of Main Street. So there really isn't a whole lot to it, but it is very popular. For many people, one of the biggest draws to living in Woodstock is the downtown area, and that's because there's so much to do there. On one side of Main Street in downtown is like a brick storefront with a lot of shops there. The Woodstock Welcome Center is there. Also, there's quite a few like mom and pop shops, local vendors who will bring local goods or handcrafted goods. They will bring, and they have a few stores there on that side of Main Street. Also, Salt Factory Pub is on that side of Main Street. Rootstock is another one of my favorite restaurants there. And then a few blocks west of Salt Factory Pub is where you'll find Reformation Brewery. This is one of the most popular restaurants in all of downtown Woodstock. Right across the street from Reformation Brewery is a playground. There's always kids there playing. My kids love to play on this playground in downtown Woodstock. It's super popular. And then right next to the playground is like a big open green lawn area. There's a stage there, and I've seen a few events being held there. And then right next to that stage is access to Noonday Creek Trail. I think the sign there does not say Noonday Creek Trail, but that's what the locals know it as. This is Noonday Creek Trail, which goes from the dog park in Woodstock all the way to the downtown area. And this trail is like a paved walking trail. It's a super easy walk and it kind of winds through the woods a little bit. It also goes through a couple neighborhoods and eventually puts you right there in the middle of Woodstock. So certainly a very enjoyable walk, especially in the evenings when it's cool. Right now it's summertime, so it's pretty hot outside, but when it's not so hot, it's certainly a great place to spend time or go for a walk on Noonday Creek Trail. And then on the other side of Main Street is also some more shops and restaurants, but there are also some condos above these shops and restaurants. So really this whole downtown area is very much like a live, work, and play kind of area. On this other side of Main Street, there are a few clothing stores, there's a coffee shop, an ice cream store, and then also on this side of Main Street is where they're building the parking deck. Now, they have been working on this parking deck for quite a while now, and they've finally broken ground for building this parking deck. And it's a good thing because the downtown area in Woodstock, again, it's just one main road. So the traffic there is terrible, but also the parking situation there is very difficult. There's very few places to park. in downtown Woodstock. Until that parking deck gets finished, the parking situation there will still be kind of rough, but there are a few spots in downtown Woodstock that the locals are more aware of that are really helpful for finding parking spaces. At the corner of Main Street and Fowler Street is a pretty big parking lot. Also, you can park at the dog park and walk to downtown Woodstock. And then on Town Lake Parkway, right there off of Main Street, is another parking lot that many people don't quite know about. So if you ever find yourself in downtown Woodstock and you're needing a place to park, one of these parking lots will ideally work, but hopefully the parking deck will be finished pretty soon. And then continuing on this side of Main Street, across the street from Arnold Mill Road, you'll find a big open park area with a gazebo, and then at the very edge of that is an amphitheater. It's not a huge amphitheater. There's not like there's a lot of major concerts there, but this is where you'll find a lot of cover bands. Sometimes they'll have a cover band playing there on a Friday night, and it really is overall a very lively area downtown Woodstock. There's regularly people hanging out there, walking around to the shops and to the restaurants. And so certainly for the residents of Woodstock and some of the surrounding suburbs, downtown Woodstock is one of the highlights of the area. If we continue north on Main Street, we're going to eventually run into the outlet shops in Woodstock. I know it says the outlet shops in Atlanta, but these are actually in Woodstock, just a couple miles from downtown Woodstock. This is kind of like an outdoor mall. When it comes to finding an area with lots of shopping, if you're in Woodstock and you're looking for like a place to go shopping on a Saturday or any day of the week, I guess the outlet malls are a great option for that. Lots of things to do there, lots of shops and restaurants there at the outlet mall as well, including the most important restaurant, which is a Chick-fil-A. This is certainly the most popular, or maybe it's just my favorite. And then if we continue north from the outlet mall, we're going to eventually run into Old Rope Mill Park. This is one of like the parks or the nature areas that you would find in Woodstock. And these kinds of mills are super popular in many of the suburbs in Georgia. I guess 100 years ago, they used to have a mill here, but now because we don't use those kinds of mills, it's just kind of become a park. And so there is ruins from the rope mill there at the park, but it's mainly used for hiking or jogging or going for a swim in the river. There's a trail that goes along the river, which is a nice walk, and you can regularly find people kayaking or swimming in the river. And these are really just like the highlights of the city of Woodstock. Again, most of Woodstock is residential areas, lots of neighborhoods. Average home value in Woodstock is going to be about 400 to 450,000. So it's a great option for people who are looking for those more affordable homes who don't necessarily need to be super close to the city of Atlanta. There's no question that Woodstock is one of the fastest growing cities in all of Metro Atlanta. If you want to know more about the city of Woodstock, check out this video. I'll see you there.